and welcome to my studio. Today we're going to be taking a garden stake and turning it into this cute little love sign, or I've got a little peace symbol, and I think these would be really great for name settings at a little party or decorations as well. So let's get started. The first thing I did is I found these were actually garden stakes at Michael's, and I took those. They were in the dollar section, and I thought they were really cute. So we're going to take that. If I can get it open here, that's always a fun part. Let's just cut it. Get it out that way. So, and it has a little vegetable signs on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in and base coat that over with paint. And for the bright colors that I'm using right now, I decided to go with a purple. You can do whatever kind of color you would like. And we're just going to come in, and I made the inside up to where the sewing is pretty solid, so I based that pretty well. And when I got to the edges, I kind of just pulled it out, kind of flared it out, but we want to make sure that we have all of this design covered up completely so that you don't see any of that. And then I'm going to finish doing the rest of the sign after we've got that design colored. So I'm just coming in here and I'm just base coating all of that. Try not to get it on your stick too much if you can help it. I'm going to come up around the stick, and then I'm just going to blend my paint off on the edges. Okay. Now, since we're limited on time on the video, I'm going to come in here and just help dry it with my heat tool. You want to be careful with your heat tool not to bubble your paint. And that'll start to happen, especially if you have more than one coat. We're just going to kind of get that kind of set. And if you need to do a second coat, if it's still going, showing through, you can do a second coat. And I did on my first one, but we're not going to really worry about it too much today. So let me do just a little bit more here. And then I'm going to take one of these little stickers, and I also found these at Michael's, and the Rhinestone Stickers in the dollar section in the front of the store. And we're going to put that right onto our garden stake. Just open that up. The funnest part is getting these off and getting them put on evenly. So you just peel them off. And then try and let it get its shape back, and then kind of push down after you get it there. And on the other one I used the word love, and I thought it was real cute. And you could do a set of 3. That would be really cute as well. So once we got that, we're just going to push that all on. Okay. So we have our little rhinestones on that, and then I'm going to put some little flowers up around the corners, or you could put swirls or whatever you wanted to do here. And with the wax, I am going to be using my zero tool, and I'm just going to do some little flowers, and we're just pulling these a little bit to kind of get the petal in there, not too much. We don't want to pull them too much. We're just kind of wisping that tail in just a little bit. Okay, I have the pink one on. And my paint is probably a little bit wet for my rhinestones to be sticking, but that'll get a little bit drier as it goes. And then we're going to do the orange. And if you've never worked with the wax, there's a great video on the YouTube videos, the basic of the wax technique. It'll tell you how to use a Crayola crayon. And I'm just using the carnation out of the 24 box, and this is the orange. And we're just making flowers on these. Okay, so we have 2 of the flowers down. I've got stuff sticking to me here. And I think I did, because the love came down, I only did 3 flowers on that one. So I think I have enough room over here to try and get 1 more flower. And then I'm going to add some swirls to it. And you can bring them out a little bit in length on the edges, flowers, to make them a little bit wider. And you want to kind of not touch them, because if they're wet, that's when the wax runs together, and that's what it did there, just so you kind of know. I'm going to come in with dandelion yellow, and we're going to dot our middle. Just do random dots here and there. Again, don't touch your dots until after they're dry. And that keeps them from running together. And then I'm going to come in with my yellow green. We're going to add some leaves to these guys to brighten them up. Gives them a little bit more color. And try to think that when you're putting leaves or flowers on, that you don't want to do them in an even number. Nature is always odd. And we want to do here and there on them, just kind of where your petals are kind of open. Okay, and then I came back in with a gold swirl, so I am going to change my color out real quick here, and I'm going to use a metallic gold. I really like the metallic gold or colors, especially for just highlight, to give it that extra little something. It's one of my favorite things to do, is add the metallics. And if you have a hard time finding the metallic colors, we try to keep those in stock for you, because we know that they are a little bit harder to find. So okay, we're going to put some swirls on here. Now we want to pull this a little bit further than we've been pulling our flowers. So we want to kind of, now because of the paint, that's what's allowing us to work on the fabric. And this is a fabric that's not as absorbent as a lot of them are. So, because otherwise fabric is almost impossible to do the wax on top of it, because it just wants to absorb. So we're just adding all these little gold highlights or designs to our design here. And come in and add a little dot. Okay, so there we've completed our little peace sign or stake or whatever you would like to call that. And I'm going to talk to you about the base. This base here, oh, I glued it in. I found some ice cube trays that were flowers, and I actually found these at a dollar store. Now, when working with molds, I like the ones that are more shallow, but because I wanted a heavier base, I did pick up these. And I made the base with quickwood, and it takes a large amount of quickwood because this is so deep. I took the amount of quickwood, I worked the quickwood, I put red food dye into the coloring so that I didn't have to come back and paint this later. And I did the red to match the ball up at top to bring that, to tie that all in together. So because this is so deep, you can't push it out without it losing its shape. But make sure that you get all of your lines and stuff worked out of it before you put it in there. I didn't do that, and I had that in there. So I simply pushed it into the bottom, and I took my stake and I tried to make it right down the middle. And excuse me, I sprayed it with Pam first, pushed my stake, made a little hole right in the middle and pulled it out. And I took my wax paper and I let it dry flat, and I left it in the mold to dry until it was completely dried. And then I popped it out and I took my E6000 and glued it in my little flower vase. I really thought it would be cute also to do it in a little terracotta pot, but wouldn't this be cute for if you were doing a little tea or a flower garden theme party or something like that. And then I took my paper twist and we're just simply going to tie a bow onto it just to pick up some more of that color. This is always a fun part, is trying to do this on demand. And my knot is not tight underneath. Okay, and then once you get that tied on, just fan that all out again. And you could put a dot of glue or hot glue it a little bit as well to hold that into place, and cut that to the length you want that to go as well. And then you have your cute little sign there, and we're all done with it. I'm trying to hold it as still as I can, and being on a little pole, it doesn't like to hold real still. But I thought those were a lot of fun. So if you have any questions about this process, please email me at art@miriamjoy.com. For any of the products we may have used today, please visit my website at miriamjoy.com. And there's also a link for more YouTube videos on there, and also you can jump over to Facebook, and you don't have to be a member, and that is Miriam Joy Gourd Creations. So come and join the fun and have a great time. Thank you for joining me today. God bless.